and stuff. And with that process, we're looking at, when we talked in the budget purposes for 2012 about supporting the fire department in replacing the 1979 engine and the aerial apparatus, we were going to use next year's grant application. But the way it's going, this year's grant ain't going to be started to be awarded until February or March of next year, just starting the first rounds of awarding them grants. So we spoke to our grant writer, and they suggested that we move forward with an application for this year when it opens, with knowing that we may not be awarded a grant for that until this time next year or later. It may go right into December next year before we're known. They're still issuing 2010's grants this week.
Wow.
There was just an email sent out that they're still on round 28 of the requests. So the fire department and the grant writer gave us a deal of half price to fill out the grant application to pursue grant for that apparatus.
Wow.
So we've got to take advantage of it.
Grace, is there any problems with starting the process now for?
If I'm not mistaken, this is the one that's half a 50%
50-50,
grant.
yes.
And so the town would obviously have to come up, if they're awarded the grant and the town agrees that they want to participate in the program, you would have to do a bond ordinance to purchase your share of the truck.
But when would we have to do that?
Well, if they're not even going to tell us till February, and capital ordinance, you could do it anytime. You just can't really do it in December because you won't have enough time to do 2 in 1 year.
And just to give a time frame on this, from the time we know that we're awarded a grant, we have a year, and with apparatus, you're going to need the full year to have it built and made, put it out to bid, so forth and so on, and there is extensions. So from that time of we're notified, I'll forward that information to you so the process on the township's part can take.
Right,
So who's the manufacturer of those trucks?
What's that?
Who's the manufacturer?
The manufacturer, it's by bid. That's bid. We got, with federal money, even with township money, public funds, we must put it out to bid. We must create a spec, which we've had a spec. The fire department has developed a general spec for the last 3-4 years. We've had something on paper.
How many bids are there usually?
There's not many manufacturers probably in the area of 3 to 5, and it all depends. They'll pick it up, and if they can't meet some of the requirements, they either give a reason for they can't, or they won't bid it.
Joe, did you, remember the water tank?
The tanker truck?
Yeah, we did a little changing in that, and that helped us reduce the cost a little bit. Is there anything that you're able to do with any of those things to reduce the cost?
Well, there's always things that they're offering out there, and I know one of the big things with the manufacturers that we awarded the bids to was an early chassis payment of a certain amount. You'll get a 7 to 10. It all depends on what percent savings.
Right, so you
on
know
it.
all those things,
There
right?
could
Yeah.
it could be, and here's one thing is it's considered a new truck if that truck meets our spec and it's a demo that went to a few shows or something of that sort. That could be a savings to the township if it meets the specs.
All right, good.
So there's those. And the other thing that I'm still working on and learning as I go is Committeeman Gurniak asked me to look into the fire district and some of the things that are going through, and putting the facts or the figures all together for what the township is giving to the fire department, including fire prevention and stuff. Rough estimate, the fire department fire services about $210,000 of the municipal budget annually, counting the payments of the fire apparatus that the 2000 engine, which is making final payment this year, and the 2007 water tanker truck. And fuel, my estimate on what we're using in fuel, insurances, our appropriation, and things like that, including the fire official salaries and stuff. I'm still working on it. We have a schedule, but we had a conversation with an attorney who is considered the state of New Jersey's fire district guru, and he would come out for a free consultation to give us ideas, thoughts, and what would have to be done if we're looking to pursue that. But one thing that looking into it, it creates a tax base and a commission, 5 commissioners to take care of firematic and fire issues for the township of Greenwich, revolving around the fire department. One thing, there's a lot of misconceptions. The fire district does not mean we become a paid fire department. We will remain a volunteer nonprofit. We can keep our corporation and our nonprofit charity license as a fire company, and still volunteer to do that. But what it does, it creates a tax base too. Fire apparatus, fire equipment. I keep my fingers crossed. Somebody's telling me that I think 5 municipalities, their fire departments, PO should happen to come around, and they got a sharp pencil this year doing fire department inspections for public employees, occupational safety, and health issues. It sounds like they're trying to meet budget needs. So, but they haven't knocked on the door yet. That's it. Thank you.
Joe, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Let me know when you have some information.
Okay.
And Joe, you're going to be here for a little while, right?
Yes, I am.
You're gonna cover the other piece. Okay, thank you.
Can we go back to this again for a second?
Sure. Was this on rec?
Yeah, I didn't get this.
Oh. She said she was sending it to you. Okay, well, okay, we can just discuss it. It's just a couple things they want to know. First off, they're going to be adopting their bylaws. They have policies and procedures and everything, but the bylaws, does the township committee vote and approve their bylaws? Okay, so that's one question, the bylaws. And then what was the other issue on there? The bylaws and...
Have to donate to our organization. Running a
On the
band.
website, on the recreation website, she wants to know, is it permissible, ShopRite and some of the big donations that they receive towards recreation, if they can put their advertisement up on their website, like a ShopRite advertisement on their website.
Are they donating or are they buying advertising?
Well, they do huge donations, not only to rec, for community day,
I guess I'd
PTO.
have to know a little bit more about what they want to do and talk to.
She sent this to Ken, not to me, this is the first I saw.
Yeah.
Oh, she sent it today, this afternoon.
Yes, late this afternoon. Are you CC'd on that? She's
Am I CC'd?
Well, I
Yeah.
am, but it doesn't,
I'm not.
I'm not on email. Just, this was just sent to you.
So we'll have to, I guess Peter's
Yeah,
gonna have
we'll
to check on it.
We'll look into that.
Let me get this back here and make some copies.
Okay. All right, so Dan, what did you?
Except, and I may be out in left field with sewage. First of all, the CFO that we're talking about is not Grace Brenner, right? That is Greg Del Pia. We can make that clear. Right. The second thing is that, since Elaine has brought this up and talked about this, about how can we repay this money and everything, I've been thinking about that, and I truly don't see how this township's gonna be able to pay back $300,000, to be honest. We don't wanna raise taxes, that is absolutely out. You don't wanna go back and, as you said before, double bang the people who are paying into this fund already. I think that it's a good idea to try to pay the money back, but I don't see how we're gonna do that. I also don't believe that the people who are volunteer organizations, as you stated before, they should not be impacted at all. You know, their stipend should not be cut in any way, shape, or form. So where do we get the money? How do we get the money? How do we